Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, today we are tackling a concept that is universally appealing, but honestly, it's pretty often misunderstood. I'm talking about passive income. The whole idea of making money while you sleep, that is the ultimate dream, right? But the traditional routes to get there, things like buying real estate, investing in dividend stocks, or building bond ladders, they all have one massive, frustrating barrier to entry. You need money to make money. So what happens if you're starting from absolute zero? Well, today we are going to break down exactly what it takes to build an income stream using a low-cost, strictly digital blueprint.
So here's the ultimate challenge. How do you make passive income with literally no money? If you're starting out with empty pockets, that old traditional advice of letting your money work for you just doesn't apply. It can't. But hey, you aren't completely out of luck here. There is actually a very specific pathway to generating extra cash flow without a financial safety net, and it really relies on completely reframing what it is you're actually investing. Okay, let's dive into this. We've got four main parts to cover today. First, the $0 strategy. Second, ideas for digital creatives. Third, the audience builder route. And finally, a very necessary newcomer reality check.
All right, section 1, the $0 strategy. The core idea here is simple. If you lack money, you absolutely must substitute it with time.
To really wrap our heads around this, we have to shatter that whole get-rich-quick myth right out of the gate. You're essentially trading your energy today for the potential of automated income tomorrow. Take a look at this quote from Todd Tressiter. He's a financial coach and retired hedge fund manager featured in our source material, and he hits the nail on the head. He says it still involves work. You just give the work up front. So passive income isn't about getting something for nothing. It's about front-loading your effort.
Notice the stark contrast we're looking at here. Over on the left, having traditional capital means your money is doing the heavy lifting. You invest cash into dividend stocks, CDs, or real estate, and the returns, well, they just roll in. But on the right side, zero capital means relying entirely on sweat equity. You are investing your time, your skills, and your pure labor to build digital products. Basically, you're building the asset completely from scratch rather than just buying it off the shelf.
Moving right along to section 2, ideas for digital creatives. Let's look at how to leverage your existing expertise.
If you're going that sweat equity route, the internet offers some frankly incredible avenues that require $0 to start. Literally just your laptop and your brain. You could write an ebook and distribute it worldwide. You can license your photography out to platforms like Getty Images or Shutterstock. You could code an app, sell your graphic designs through places like Cafe Press or Etsy, or, and this is a big one, package your knowledge into a really comprehensive audio or video course.
But let's zoom in on ebooks for a second as an example, because this number is absolutely vital to keep in mind. 30. While platforms like Amazon offer massive, worldwide distribution for your ebook, they take a 30% cut of your sales. And more importantly, writing the book, that's actually only half the battle. You don't just get to sit back and be an author. You are now a full-time digital marketer, whether you like it or not. You have to actively promote your work on websites, jump on podcasts, and hustle on social media to actually drive those sales. And this brilliantly illustrates a strategy you can use to market those digital products we just talked about, specifically things like courses. It's called the freemium model. It's pretty straightforward. It works by building up a following with high-quality, completely free content. You're basically demonstrating your expertise to the world. Then, once you've drawn people in and really proven your value, you charge for the highly detailed information or maybe an advanced tier of content. This is a fantastic way to attract customers without spending a single dime on advertising, which, is absolutely crucial when your budget is quite literally zero. Okay, on to section 3, the audience builder route. This is all about growing a dedicated following. So this approach relies a little bit less on creating standalone digital products and much, much more on generating a massive online audience. The main strategies here include creating a blog, building a YouTube channel, engaging in affiliate marketing, and developing sponsored social media posts. The absolute key to standing out in any of these crowded spaces is finding a unique voice or a very, very specific niche. Whether you are, say, an expert on traveling to Thailand or a total maven of Minecraft, you have to become the undisputed go-to person for that specific subject. Let's move to and see how this builds over time. You start by creating content, which takes days. Then, growing that dedicated audience, that takes weeks or even months of super consistent posting. After that, you might actually start to attract some sponsors. But the harsh truth here is that earning substantial, reliable income can take years. The money comes absolutely last in this model, for sure. A great example of this waiting game is affiliate marketing. In theory, linking to a product on Amazon or eBay is totally passive, right? You just put the link up and wait for the clicks. But typical affiliate commissions range from just 3% to 7%. Because those rates are so incredibly low, you need massive traffic to your site to generate any kind of serious income. We are talking the population of a small country clicking your links. Without the audience, the link literally does nothing. Which brings us to Section 4, the newcomer reality check. It's time to take off the rose-colored glasses and assess the actual risks. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is seeing that every single digital hustle has its own hidden hurdles. Ebooks? You're fighting for attention against over 4 million other titles on Kindle alone. Apps? Their popularity can be incredibly short-lived. Not to mention, you have to navigate some really complex global privacy laws. Selling photos? It's totally a numbers game. You might upload hundreds of shots, but only a handful might drive all of your revenue. And sponsored posts? They present a classic catch-22. You need a massive audience to attract the advertisers. But it takes endless, unpaid content creation to build that audience in the first place. So the absolutely crucial point to take away from all this is right here. Zero guaranteed payoff. This is the biggest hidden risk of the $0 strategy. Because you aren't risking your hard-earned cash, you are risking your hours. You could put hundreds of hours up front into an app, a course, or a blog, only to realize the niche is too small or the market is just way too crowded. And that leaves you with absolutely nothing but lost time to show for your incredible effort. Look, building passive income from scratch, it's entirely possible, but it is a grueling test of patience, skill, and sheer marketing savvy. It demands that you work for free for a very, very long time before you ever see a dime. So I want to leave you with this final provocative question to chew on. Are you willing to invest your time today to buy back your freedom tomorrow? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.